Lung health used to be something we mostly associated with older folks, right? Maybe people who'd smoked for years or worked in dusty, polluted places. But something has changed, and it's pretty concerning. In recent years, we've seen a sharp rise in lung problems, and it's happening in young people, teenagers, people in their 20s, even their 30s. These are individuals who seem perfectly healthy, active, and full of energy. So, what's going on? Well, it's not just one single thing. It's a perfect storm of modern life. We're talking about our daily habits, what's in the air we breathe, our reliance on technology, honestly a bit of health neglect. It's this combination that slowly, silently damages our respiratory system without any immediate alarm bells. Many young people think, hey, I'm young, my lungs are invincible. It's an easy assumption to make. But the reality is, our lungs are incredibly delicate organs. They're constantly exposed to the outside world. Every single breath we take brings in life-giving oxygen, but it also brings in a whole lot of other stuff. Pollutants, allergens, chemicals, and tiny microscopic particles. Over time, all of this can irritate, inflame, and seriously weaken our lung tissue. The increase in lung-related issues among young people is a quiet crisis, one that's growing much faster than most of us realize. It's not just about a cough that won't go away. We're seeing more cases of asthma, chronic bronchitis, and other respiratory conditions that were once rare in this age group. Think about our environment today. Air pollution isn't just a problem for big industrial cities anymore. Car exhaust, factory emissions, and even wildfires are releasing harmful particles into the air that we all breathe. Inside our homes, things aren't always better. Mold, dust mites, pet dander, and chemicals from cleaning products or new furniture can all contribute to poor indoor air quality, constantly challenging our lungs. And then there's vaping. It was marketed as a safer alternative to smoking, but we're now seeing the real consequences. The aerosols in e-cigarettes contain a cocktail of chemicals, heavy metals, and ultrafine particles that can cause severe lung inflammation and long-term damage. It's become a major factor in the rise of respiratory issues among teens and young adults. It's time we started paying more attention to our lung health, no matter our age. It's about being aware of what we're breathing in, making conscious choices about our habits, and not ignoring those small warning signs, because healthy lungs are essential for a long, active life. Have you ever wondered why more and more young people seem to be struggling with their breathing? It's a concerning trend, and a huge part of the problem is something we encounter every single day: air pollution. In cities all over the world, the air we breathe has become a cocktail of invisible dangers. We're talking about fine particulate matter, toxic gases from vehicle emissions, industrial smoke, and chemical residues. It's a silent threat that's having a very real impact, especially on the younger generation. These pollutants are so tiny they can travel deep into the lungs. Imagine them as microscopic invaders causing chronic inflammation, damaging the delicate airways, and steadily reducing lung capacity. For young people, this long-term exposure can lead to serious conditions like asthma, chronic bronchitis, and even early-onset lung disease. It's not just about an occasional cough. It's about a fundamental reduction in how well their lungs can absorb oxygen, affecting their energy and overall health. Think about daily life in our cities, the constant traffic, the construction sites, the factories. Even if you don't feel sick right away, this environment causes gradual damage that builds up over time. What's really alarming is that our lungs continue to develop well into our early 20s. This is a critical window for growth. When young people are exposed to high levels of pollution during this period, it can permanently stunt their lung development. This means their lungs might never reach their full potential, setting them up for a lifetime of increased vulnerability to respiratory illnesses. So what can we do? It starts with awareness. We need to talk about this, push for cleaner air policies, support green transportation, and make conscious choices to reduce our own carbon footprint. Simple things like using air purifiers at home, wearing masks on heavily polluted days, and advocating for more green spaces in our cities can make a difference. Protecting the lungs of our youth isn't just about their health today. It's about ensuring a healthier future for the next generation. Did you know that while fewer young people are smoking traditional cigarettes, something else is taking its place? It's vaping. E-cigarettes and those colorful flavored nicotine products are everywhere, and they're often sold with the idea that they're a safer choice. It's a common belief, especially among young users, that vaping is harmless, or at least a lot less dangerous than smoking. But what does the science actually say? Let's break it down. When someone vapes, they're not just inhaling water vapor. The aerosol they breathe in is a cocktail of tiny particles, including heavy metals like nickel and lead and other chemicals that you really don't want in your body. These substances can seriously irritate your lung tissue and mess with how your lungs are supposed to work. Think about it, your lungs are designed for clean air, not a chemical mist. In fact, doctors are seeing more and more cases of what they call vaping-associated lung injury, even in teenagers. The symptoms are scary: shortness of breath, chest pain, constant coughing, and feeling tired all the time. It's not just a minor cough. It's a serious condition that can land you in the hospital. This isn't some distant future problem that's happening right now to people your age. And then there's the nicotine. Nicotine itself is a major issue. It's highly addictive, of course, but it also directly harms developing lungs. For young people whose bodies are still growing, this is especially risky. Nicotine can interfere with lung development and weaken your immune system. This makes your lungs more vulnerable to all sorts of infections and inflammation. So you might find yourself getting sick more often and having a harder time fighting off respiratory illnesses. A big part of the problem is how vaping is portrayed. It's often seen as cool, trendy, and socially acceptable. The marketing is clever, with sleek designs and flavors that sound like candy or dessert. This creates a powerful illusion that it's just a fun, harmless habit. But this combination of social pressure and misleading marketing has created a whole generation that is putting their lungs under constant stress without even realizing the full extent of the danger. It's so important to have the real facts. Vaping isn't just flavored air. It's a habit with serious, proven health risks that can affect you both now and in the long run. If you or someone you know is struggling with vaping, please know that help is available. Talk to a trusted adult, a school counselor, or a healthcare provider. There are resources out there to support you. Thanks for watching, and please share this video to help spread awareness. Homes, offices, classrooms, even gyms might seem safe, but they can be filled with hidden threats. Think about it. Poor ventilation traps everything inside. Cooking fumes, chemicals from cleaning products, even those nice-smelling scented candles all release particles into the air we breathe. Then there's mold, dust mites, and pet dander. We get used to them. Prolonged exposure to these indoor pollutants can inflame our airways and make our lungs less efficient. It's a silent problem that builds up over time, and it's time we started paying attention to the air we breathe in our own homes. But it's not just the air. Our modern, sedentary lifestyles are also playing a huge role in declining lung health. Life has become so screen-based, hasn't it? It's a combination of what we breathe and how we move or don't move that is creating a perfect storm for lung issues down the road. So let's open a window, get up, and get moving. Our lungs will thank us for it. This classic tech neck posture does more than just hurt your back. It actually squishes your chest. Over time, your body learns this inefficient way of breathing as its new normal. This can lead to less oxygen getting into your system, which might be why you feel so drained or on edge. Think about the typical young person's diet. Lots of fast food, sugary drinks, and processed snacks. These foods can cause inflammation throughout your body, and your lungs are no exception. This systemic inflammation can damage delicate lung tissue over time. On the other hand, foods packed with antioxidants like fruits, vegetables, nuts, and whole grains act like a shield, protecting your lungs from damage caused by pollution and other environmental toxins. Many of us aren't getting enough of these good foods. We're running on empty, nutritionally speaking. Specific nutrient deficiencies can also be a problem. Not getting enough vitamin D, vitamin C, or magnesium has been directly linked to weaker lung function and a less effective immune system. This makes you more vulnerable to respiratory infections. Your lungs are constantly working to repair themselves and fight off inflammation. But they can't do that job properly without the right building blocks from your diet. So if you're living on a diet of convenience foods, you're not giving your lungs the tools they need to stay strong and healthy. It's a double whammy, a lifestyle that physically restricts our breathing, combined with a diet that fails to protect our lungs from the inside out. Making small changes, like sitting up straight and swapping a soda for some fruit, can make a huge difference in how you feel and breathe every single day. Hey everyone, let's talk about something we often take for granted, our lungs. Especially when we're young, we feel invincible, right? But there are some hidden threats to our lung health that we really need to be aware of. First up, respiratory infections. We're talking about things like the flu and COVID-19. You might get sick, feel better in a week, and think you're totally fine. But even a mild illness can sometimes leave behind lasting effects. Think of it like a quiet inflammation or even tiny scars on your lungs. This damage can reduce your lung capacity over time, and if you're getting sick repeatedly, it really starts to add up. Our immune systems are also under a lot of pressure from stress, not enough sleep, and maybe not the best diet, which makes us even more vulnerable. Getting sick often when you're young can unfortunately set the stage for chronic lung problems later in life. Now let's connect the dots between our minds and our lungs. Stress and mental health play a huge role. When you're chronically stressed, what happens to your breathing? It often becomes shallow and rapid. Over time, this strains your respiratory muscles and messes with your oxygen and carbon dioxide balance. Anxiety can make your chest feel tight or leave you breathless. Sound familiar? Plus, stress hormones literally increase inflammation throughout your body, which can make conditions like asthma much worse. With all the pressure from school, jobs, and social media, it's no wonder our breathing patterns and lung function are quietly taking a hit. Finally, let's look outside. Our environment is changing and it's affecting our lungs. Thanks to climate change, pollen seasons are longer and mold is more common, leading to a rise in allergic respiratory issues. You might suddenly develop asthma-like symptoms, even if you never had allergies before. When you combine these allergens with air pollution, the inflammatory response in your lungs can get a lot more severe. We can't forget about wildfires. The smoke and fine particles from these fires can travel far, exposing even young, healthy people to dangerous air quality for days or weeks. So, what's the takeaway? Our lungs are working hard for us 24/7, and we need to protect them. It's not just about avoiding the obvious dangers. It's about managing stress, prioritizing rest, and being aware of the air we breathe. Let's start taking our lung health seriously, starting today. Ever wondered why lung problems, which we usually associate with old age, are starting to affect more and more young people? It's not just about smoking. There are hidden dangers in our daily lives that we need to talk about. First up, let's look at work. Many young people have jobs in construction, factories, salons, or even restaurants and hospitals. Think about all the dust, chemicals, fumes, and smoke you might be breathing in every day. Without the right protective gear like masks, these things can quietly damage your lungs over time. Even if it's just a part-time gig or a short-term job, the effects can add up. especially if you also smoke or live in a polluted area. It's like a slow, silent attack on your respiratory system. Another big issue is that we often brush off the early warning signs, that occasional shortness of breath, cough that just won't go away, or maybe some slight chest discomfort. It's so easy to think, oh, I'm just out of shape or it'll go away on its own. We're busy with work, school, and life, and let's be honest, going to the doctor can be expensive and time-consuming. We have this idea that serious illnesses are for older people, but that's a dangerous myth. By the time we finally seek help, the problem could be much more advanced. Catching these issues early is key to preventing long-term damage, but that means we have to be proactive about our health. And here's a surprising one: sleep, or rather, the lack of it. Not getting enough quality sleep messes with your immune system, increases inflammation throughout your body, and can even disrupt your breathing. Conditions like sleep apnea, where you stop breathing for short periods during sleep, are being diagnosed more in younger people. It's often linked to stress, weight gain, and our modern lifestyles. This puts a huge strain on your lungs and heart night after night, leaving you tired and contributing to respiratory problems down the line. It's time we start paying more attention to these hidden risks. Being young doesn't make us invincible. Let's be more aware of our environment, listen to our bodies, and prioritize our health, including getting enough sleep. Your lungs will thank you for it in the long run. It's not just about avoiding smoking anymore. Our modern lifestyle has introduced a bunch of new challenges. First up, let's connect the dots between weight gain and breathing. You might be surprised to learn that excess body fat, particularly around your belly and chest, can actually physically restrict how much your lungs can expand. This makes it harder to take a deep breath and can lower your oxygen intake. It's a serious issue, as obesity is linked to conditions like asthma, reduced lung capacity, a higher risk of respiratory infections. This creates a tough cycle. Poor lung function makes exercise feel more difficult, which can lead to even less activity and further health decline. Now let's talk about our environment, specifically our indoor spaces. We spend so much time with technology, often in rooms with air conditioning or heating, running constantly. While these systems keep us comfortable, they can also dry out the air, which in turn dries out our airways.
Ow.
This weakens our natural defenses against germs and infections.
Ow.
And if those AC or heating systems aren't maintained properly, they can end up circulating dust, mold, and bacteria right into the air we breathe. While your smartwatch or phone isn't directly harming your lungs, the lifestyle they promote, more screen time, less moving around, and staying indoors indirectly affects our respiratory health. Finally, a really important but often forgotten factor is what happened early in life. Many young people facing lung issues today might have been exposed to things like pollution, secondhand smoke, or poor nutrition way back in childhood. Even before birth, exposure to air pollution or a mother's smoking can impact how a baby's lungs develop. And these effects can last a lifetime. These early exposures might not cause obvious problems right away, but they can reduce what's called our lung reserve. Think of it like starting with a smaller battery. It makes you more vulnerable to lung problems as you get older. So what can we do? It starts with awareness. Pay attention to your body, stay active, ensure good indoor air quality, and understand your health history. It's all connected. Let's make conscious choices to protect our lungs for a healthier future. Ever wondered why more and more young people are facing lung problems? It's not some big mystery. It's actually the result of our modern lives piling up on our health. Our lungs are always in contact with the world around us and the choices we make every single day. Even the small ones really add up over time. Think about it. Breathing in polluted air, the rise of vaping, not eating the best foods, sitting around more, skimping on sleep, and dealing with constant stress.
All of these things
Slowly chip away at our lung health. The tricky part is that this damage often happens quietly, with no big warning signs until a problem is already there. So how do we fight back? It all starts with a change in how we think and act. Being young doesn't automatically mean you have perfect lungs. Protecting them means making conscious choices. First and foremost, avoid smoking and vaping. It's also smart to improve the air quality inside your home. Get up and get moving. Staying physically active is huge. Even something as simple as practicing good posture can help your lungs work better. Of course, a diet rich in nutrients gives your body the tools it needs to stay strong. And finding healthy ways to manage stress is crucial. If you do notice symptoms like a persistent cough or shortness of breath, don't just brush them off. Talk to a doctor. But it's not all on us as individuals. Public health policies are a big piece of the puzzle. We need stronger efforts to reduce air pollution, regulate harmful products, and educate everyone about respiratory health. These are essential steps to protect the lungs of future generations. The increase in lung issues among young people is really a sign that modern life is changing faster than our bodies can keep up. Realizing this is the first step toward making a change. Our lungs work non-stop for us every single moment of our lives. They deserve our care and respect long before any serious problems start. By tackling these root causes head-on and early, we can protect our lung health and make sure that young people can breathe freely and easily. It's not just for today, but for many, many years to come. Thanks for watching, and if you found this helpful, please like and subscribe for more content on living a healthier life.